devised a plan to make him feel even worse. And he's a fully qualified chef, so when we had a barbecue at Raymond and Sheena's house, we made him peel spuds just in case he doesn't get any work this year. But I'll let Raymond take the story up. It was a bit cruel.
But to be honest, we have seen him peeling spuds, and he's no chance of even getting a job at that either. So now it was dead funny because yesterday he was like, "Why am I riding a K8 and Sadie's riding a K9?" I says, "Look, you'll be dead on, you'll be all right." So then I let it sit for about a couple of hours now. I says, "You're not going to believe it, I've just had a phone call." I says, "Your K8's been dumped up at the track, they were testing it." And he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Oh, somebody's wrote it off." And he goes, "So what am I doing now?" I said, "Well, we've got you an '01 Suzuki 1000. And he goes, You're not serious, are you?" And I goes, "I am, I should be all right." So I could just see the wee face and the eyes were sitting up, and me and Ryan Farquhar kept it going for about 2 hours, and then we told him he could ride my supermoto bike 950 KTM. I said, "This'll do you a world of good, you might get a job with Jeff Leake next year." And he's going, "I'll ride it if you want me to ride it." And then I couldn't, and Sheena's going, "Oh, stop it, stop it." I thought the guy was going to commit suicide. I was waiting to go outside and him lying in the pool face down. So we broke in the end, we had to tell him the truth.
You always enjoy the crack too, and like there is no pressure. No. You know, you and Alistair are going after the same job, and if he beats you, like there's no real pressure. But do tell us how you're enjoying yourself.
Not an awful lot so far, to be fair to everybody. Really, like, definitely not. And I must say, well done to Ryan for standing up here for 5 minutes. He spent all night in the toilet. So, well done, Ryan. But I really don't know what it is about me getting victimised all the time. But yeah, last year was fantastic, and I'm looking forward to this year.
Oh no, hold on. But I'm going to ask you something else. Last year, his complaint was that it was his first time on a 1000 Suzuki. Now you're a big superbike star now. Do you think you can beat these boys?
Hopefully, yeah. Well, that's what we're here to do. No, hold on. I'd just like to say another thing. You know, everybody's put such a big effort in, you know, to make this happen. Everybody from the club over here, and I'd just like to say, you know, a real big thanks to Raymond Rooney. He's done such a good job in organising the whole thing. It's been absolutely fantastic. So thanks very much, Raymond.
No worries, Ian. Thank you.
You definitely not be back next year. You'll not be back next year. I won't either, probably. Right, the next three guys I'll bring up. Let me see now. Who is there anybody left? There's a guy down there called Andrew. What's his name?
Lloyd Webber, is it, or?
I don't know. I think he's maybe Michael Flatley with those shoes he's wearing tonight.
Look well though. He's him and Sealy's riding tomorrow at the 10 o'clock at Ascot if any of you want to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll bring up Andrew Pitt. Your 2008 World Super Sport champion. Jonathan Ray, his teammate with Hansbury 10K Honda. And we'll also bring the third member I'm going to bring up. You all know Valentino Rossi, and Valentino has a sidekick, a guy that looks after him and takes his gum shield and all off, Uccio. Well, Jonathan has an Uccio. His name's Keith Amore, so will Keith Uccio Amore come to the stage, please?
Yeah, you said
it wasn't nasty. Yeah, I haven't finished with you yet. He kissed Keith that hard when he arrived, he pulled his tooth out. Keith is obviously first time on the trip, one of our top international road racers. What are you saying? One of our top international road racers, and spends a lot of. Are you coming up? Are you going to come up here?
He's got caught up there.
He spends the other half of his life in the World Superbike paddock, polishing Jonathan's helmet. So Keith, are you pleased to be here?
Of course I am. I'd just like to thank this man for bringing me over. He wouldn't actually bring me over last year because I was writing for a rival magazine. And he said, yeah, don't worry, I'll get you in. And I heard behind the scenes, he said, there's no way that little getting to come over here. But yeah, I'd like to thank Raymond as well, who's possibly my biological father. We won't go there. And yeah, just thanks for inviting me. I'm real happy to be here.
Thanks, Keith. Keith and Moore. The next man up has been, we've been trying to get him here. Both these guys actually, we've been trying to get them here for the last 6 or 7 months. They couldn't give us an answer until late in the day, obviously with their contracts with the team, Hanspreet 10K Honda. And it was touch and go right to the very end, but I'm sure you'll agree it's fantastic to have the 2008 World Supersport Champion. He was World Supersport Champion until last weekend. And Jonathan Ray, who's had 8 World Superbike podiums this year and 2 wins in his debut year. So we've real quality here on the stage. Jonathan, I know you've been looking forward to this trip. He's even brought his own sticker kit for his bike. So, you know, always these young lads. So he wants to put the stickers on himself. But Jonathan, just tell the people here how much you've been looking forward to coming to Australia.
Yeah, you know, I've been working on my team so hard, and to be honest, actually, I haven't. They don't actually know I'm racing here, so I actually said, you know, I really need a sticker kit for my bike because the guys in Australia are getting me to do some demo laps. So I think 3 races and 6 practice sessions is going to be called demo laps when I go back home. But yeah, at least when I've got it in full handspray, then I can tell them I wasn't lying. I coached into racing. But to be honest, I've known about this event. It's been very well publicised back home in the UK and Ireland. And you know, when Paul talked me into it mid-season, it wasn't hard to, you know, say that I was really interested. And then, you know, concrete things last week when we knew we weren't going to be testing next week, and then I talked. Hello. Then I talked Andrew into it in the garage on the weekend, and you know, quickly everything was reshuffled, and Andrew's going to be here as well. And you know, he smoked me last year in the World Championship, so I'm going to smoke him here this weekend. You know?
Just one last question, Jonathan. You know, I would never doubt your sexuality. I've spent enough time in your company to know that. But why? What is it that Keith does for you?
I don't know. You can't ask me that. Fucking hell, the guys in Australia are awesome. You're really ruining my street credit. We tried to go out pulling last night, but we got to the bars too late, and it wasn't happening. So you know, I've yet to go out and really sample some Australian nightlife, but we're looking forward to that as well.
There is a rumour going around that Ronald's putting a set of rear sets on the back of the bike for Keith next year. Any truth in it?
You've got a hang up because I've actually got a friend. So. Yeah. So does anybody like this man? No, you know, Keith's been a great help, and I'm a great friend of his, and I go to the road races. We support each other and beat that other fastest, whatever he's called in Ireland, and we, you know, we're good friends. We're close. Hello. It's nice to be there when he's doing well, and you know, it's when you're traveling the world from week to week, it's nice to have someone you can actually have a normal conversation with. Thank you.
Jonathan Ray, ladies and gentlemen. Petty looks worried.
Petty just says to me, I've had enough, can I get off?
Can I get back out there?
Yeah.
Are you going to dance for us, Petty?
With the shoes on?
Michael Flatley shoes on. He spotted a girl today in the surf shop in the shopping centre.
No, he didn't.
He spent
Paul.
$5 grand in there so he could get talking to her.
Paul, you've just thrown him out of the bus.
Let me see. Huh? No, he did. He spent about $5 grand. Did you? No, but Petty.
$400 later, I walked out.
Yeah. No, that had a good bit of fun. Now, Andrew stated that he wanted to come earlier on this year. He spent a night in Belfast in January. The Irish Race Rewards, and realised how much fun us guys have and how much beer we drink. So, you know, he was good enough to come to that. Came the whole way from Australia. So it is brilliant to have him here. But he's always wanted to ride a superbike, so he's getting a chance this weekend. Well, a super stock bike, Ryan. It's a super stock bike. And so, how do you think you're going to go against these guys?
Well, probably the last time I rode a superbike was here on a Kawasaki 10 years ago. So it's going to be nice to be back on one. I thought it was all going to be a bit of fun, but the boys seem to be taking it a bit serious. Johnny especially. So looks like we'll have to lay off the beer a day or two earlier now and see how we go.
Will you be all right though? I'm just thinking, like, last time you raced with Jeremy, well, you rode the Ilmore, but one thing, like, there's a lot of stones at Barbigillo. I don't want them throwing stones at you again. Like, that was.
Yeah, that was a Kawasaki.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
No, I don't actually. It's quite boring, Raymond.
Andrew knocked him off. Andrew knocked him off the track, and then Jeremy lifted a load of stones and threw it on him. Jeremy thought he was back in Belfast.
What I need to know is we had with Carl Harris here last year, and he became a token Irishman for the week. I mean, Shannon's too well set up. He doesn't need any extra help. So are you going to be a token Irishman, or are you going to be an Aussie this week?
No chance.
That's okay, lads. We go to plan B. We take him out at turn 1 as well.
Johnny's just giving the thumbs up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Pitt. Do you want to come on up and thank somebody? He wants to say thank you to Jeremy.
I'd like to thank the girls for my present, first of all. No, I'd like to thank the club for putting all this on. I remember when we raced the Australian Championships, it was always the best round of the year, and to be honest, they don't come over here anymore, and that's a disgrace as far as I'm concerned. It was always the round that everyone looked forward to. And yeah, when Paul mentioned it to me, you know, I remembered the good times we had over here. So yeah, absolutely, I wanted to come over, and also thanks to these two guys for putting it all together. Thanks.
No, I'll have to go interview the rest of them. There's a guy there that's drank you out of tea this week. No tea bags left in your house. Oh, Jeremy. Oh, we'll bring up the Minder too. We'll bring next. We'll bring up Guy Martin, Ian Locker, and Connor Cummins at the back there. Come on up and join us.
And if anyone wants to throw in a few quid for tea bags, because I have never went through as many tea bags in my life at my house. Guy, you owe us a fortune in tea bags.
She's not for looking at, boy, is it? Yeah? I keep telling him, British Empire was built on tea, we must start here. Yeah?
We're going to do sign language for you.
Somebody tell me what he said.
The boys have threatened to hold Guy down this week and take his sideburns off, but he says there's been a lot of talking. You know, he says he doesn't drink, he only drinks tea. But he hasn't done too bad. Ian, you sober?
Somebody get a seat. I can't believe he's standing again.
It's the first time his teeth haven't been red since we got here. Guy, he's another man that I sweated on right up to the last minute, because I wouldn't call him a letdown merchant, but he certainly is a bit of a maverick racer, and very much loved in the road racing paddock. You never know what he's going to come out with next. Very talented performer, still chasing his first TT win, but I think you've had about 8 podiums and 4 in a day at the Ulster, and you know he's no dozer, as they say back home. But just be interesting to hear how much you've enjoyed yourself since you've landed in Perth.
Well, I reckon you could say it's been education. Well, it has. Yeah, no question. It has been an education. I mean, you know, I did think, you know, we're going to have to do a bit of bike racing. Well, by heck, you boys aren't at it. You know, when it comes to supping, by heck, I'm impressed by it. You know, I mean, I'm not right designed for all this warm weather, and I'm not right looking forward to that. You know, I'm from the middle of Lincolnshire, rolling to sort of hopping round bogs and whatever, you know, so we're not designed for a right load of warm weather. And I come over here and I thought, oh, that's all right, the weather's grand and everything. You know, it's not too good. It's just, you know, I suppose you're not in the summer, yeah. It's a bit like hang on. Go on, I'm missing. Right, it's just like a good English summer at the minute, so you know we're doing all right. I'm getting acclimatised to it. But as for the drinking, you know that's not in my makeup, boy. Jesus wept. I've been in Heath a couple of times, you know, but you know, roll one bill in a day. I'm going to stick to it, you know. So a couple of well, are we on it tonight? We're having a go tonight, are we? Another night tonight. A couple more, you know. I reckon I'll be there. You know, Rome was not built in a day, was it? So I'll stick to it. Don't worry.
He'd be good at snorkeling, wouldn't he? He doesn't need a whole lot of air. Well, he is famous for his tea drinking, but it also has to be made a special way, and we've heard it many times at home. but he's now going to educate the Australians on how to make a proper cup of tea.
Oh, you don't need to. I've gone through that 100 times, boy. As long as, honestly, I'm out into my tea. British Empire was built on it. You know, I'm not designed for beer drinking, so I drink plenty of tea. As long as it's wet and warm, boy, I'm not too fussy, really, to be honest. So, hey, tea very much rare. But that's the thing, you know, you boys over here, the tea bags, I'm not gonna, you know, it's crap, to be fair. It is used to man the beast. It's like backwater. You know, you can flog the hell out of the tea bag. You don't get any life out of it. So I sneaked them in, and I had to tell a few porkies coming through customs there, you know, have you got any, you know. I am. I'm using my Yorkshire tea. Oh, they're using your tea bags? Yeah, they're all right, but they're not to Yorkshire tea standards, boy.
Sheena,
Yeah.
he's out.
Yeah, I have to bring my own over. So there's not, yours is all right, boy. You know, it's better than, you know, they'll VB. Is that what's been on there? That's not going down so bad. They'll VB lager, but you know, it's not a cup of tea, boy.
Is our
It's
tea
not a
bags
cup of tea.
better than
It's
VB,
all
or
right.
VB's better than tea?
No, your tea bags is probably better than the VB, boy. But it's going down. It's wet and warm, but it's not a Yorkshire cup of tea, boy.
How
I'm not
come you
going to
never
go
give
into
us one of those? Have you been keeping them all to yourself?
No, they're all back in the hotel room, boy. Don't worry, it's all in hand. It's all in hand, boy. So don't worry about it. But yeah, it's going alright. I'm plugging away, wet and warm. But I'm not going to bore you with the science because I've got a bit of science behind it. But I'll not bore you with that. We're here for a bit of crack, aren't we? So yeah, go for your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Guy Martin. We certainly broke the mould, eh? Come on over, Ian. Hold on, Ian. We speak first. I'll come over this way.
Get him a seat, Paul, because I'm.
He's never ever admitted his age to me. Every year in the Northwest programme he goes 38, 42, 40, 39. I'm only 38, but we got a hold of his passport this year.
63.
Still younger than McWilliams.
Well, he's still younger than McWilliams. But no, Ian Locker has a list of titles that we couldn't stand here and read out to you. But, you know, I said to him the other night over a beer, if Joey Dunlop hadn't have been born, this man would have been probably the best road racer still alive today. And, you know, he's won 10 TTs, he's won loads and loads of other races. He's 100 odd races here, 100 odd races there. But he can drink like hell for a little, although he goes missing as well. But you know, he's not too bad in the short circuits. But I'm glad to have him here, and he's going to tell you what he's been getting up to since he arrived. Apart from smiling a lot and having red teeth.
Did anybody understand what Guy Martin said? I think he was talking Welsh. No, there's nothing I can say. I would just like to say thank you to everybody who was involved in the club and for inviting us all here and made us feel very welcome. So hopefully we can do you proud.
Ian Locker. He's happy with that. The smallest man in racing, eh? I should have brought Seeley, come on you up, stand up here as well.
I actually get Seeley up. He's racing at 10 o'clock in the morning.
We'll get Jeremy up next year. Bring him up last. Bring him up last. Alistair's only allowed out until 9 o'clock, so
Here we go.
just
Hang
brought
on,
him
hang
up
on.
early.
Stand up on that, Alistair.
I relax by the interview.
Big Connor, another top road racer, pretty new to the sport. Brave and sharp on the short circuits as well, and we'll be riding for Ian Locker next year in British Super Stock on a Kawasaki. But he had a great year this year on the Magadoo Kawasaki with TT podiums and Ulster Grand Prix win. And this big guy can ride a 600 like you wouldn't even think. A mini moto, yeah, you can get on a mini moto as well. So Connor, how have you enjoyed your time in Australia?
It's been first for me. I mean, I've never been out this way before. The furthest I've been is Macau. But yeah, it's been fantastic. Everyone's made me feel so welcome and good crack.
Yeah, Connor's heading on to Macau after here and set pole position last year on the AIM Yamaha, and he's going to ride a pretty special Kawasaki a week after Kings. He's riding for Paul Bird Motorsport. So I know this is a bit of a warm up for you, but I think you're expecting to maybe top the podium this year in Macau.
Yeah, well, each year I go back, I seem to get a bit faster and faster. The Kawasaki's, been riding them all year. It's been really competitive, so to get on the factory Kawasaki's, I think that'll be an education in itself. So I'm just going to go there and give it the berries and see how we fare up.
So has the old man been giving you an education on the beer, Mr. Locker? Because I know you were late tonight.
Yeah, he's the old fella can drink a load of wine, like, that's for sure. Bloody hell. It's but no one can beat you boys, that's for definite. Like.
Connor, thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Cummins.
Hang on, can we get a photo over here? Stand there.
I'm wearing the colours, man.
Doesn't matter, get over there.
Where Alistair comes from, those flags only go on top of bonfires. There's a guy on our team actually who turns up at every race meeting with a Rangers top on, and one of the drivers is from the other side of the fence, and he says to Philip Neal, if that way turns up once more wearing a Rangers top, I'm going to kick his melt in. Jeremy, come on you up as well.
Jeremy! Swanee, help him up there, will you? There's a step here.
Alistair won the British Superstock Championship this year, and you get rid of it. You can see there's no bitterness anymore in Ireland. But I said Alistair was on my original list, and I said, "Would you like to come to Kings?" Yeah, I reckon we could do that. And then he says, "What's the date?" And I told him the date, and he phoned me back an hour later, and he says, "I can't make it. I'm getting married." I says, "Well, we've all got our crosses to bear." And I filled his place. He phones me back 2 weeks later, and he says, "Is that place still available for Kings? You're not getting married?" "No," he says, "I couldn't turn down an opportunity to go to Australia." So he's put her on the long stand until he gets home. So he's a brave man. But as I say, British Superstock champion. He ended up having to win the Irish Superbike Championship to get here. It was one of the sort of prizes that we put up to increase the PR at home. And a lot of the guys weren't very happy because Alistair missed the 8 rounds of the championship, but he won the other 13 to get here. So he's a worthy winner. He's been having great fun, and he hasn't stopped smiling, and he can drink like mad for a wee man. So you can have a chat with him, Alistair. How have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's been really good. A bit like Locker of hollow legs as well. That was a good move there, Jeremy. Payback, with them boys. I got a clock here, I'll pull it out. Hello. Yeah, first time in Australia for me. Really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the weather more than anything. It's crap back home, pissing rain, windy. Glad to leave it all behind, and as I say, my wedding's postponed, but after seeing these two gorgeous ladies, I might film my boots tonight. I might have pity to fight with, but so it's the other thing I'm really looking forward to is this. Really looking forward to is this K9. Sorry, Ian. And as I say, I've done a wee bit of homework on the track. I know where I'm going when I come out over the hills and roll on the weekend. Hopefully, have a good weekend, and we're in good company with these guys, Pitty and Johnny, and it's just a pleasure to be riding with them guys.
Well, I'm just getting the signal down the table. Apparently Simon Andrews, he apparently is racing as well. Do you know him?
Oh, Simon Andrews. Oh, the guy with the hair straighteners.
Yeah. Who's he looking at? Oh, he's up here. Simon, you better get up here.
Come on up, Simon. Didn't recognise you sitting there.
I forgot. Nobody knows him, but you get him up anyway.
No, we haven't. Ask you one more question. We're sitting around the table today, and the guys are saying,
clap a bit better for Simon.
Is this a holiday race? Sorry, Simon. It's not hard to forget an Englishman. Yes, we have finished with you. You can go and sit down. No, I haven't, but it could be part asking them. Come to you last. I know. I'll let you speak to Rooney because I think that'll be good fun.
No, it's 100%. I'm glad to be here too. It's been 10 years since I've been here. Last time I was here, Raymond invited me over from Phillip Island to come and stay for a while. So I came from the GP at Phillip Island, from a lovely hotel in Phillip Island. He said, "No, cut it short. Come back to my place. I'll put you up." Okay, we'll do that then. That sounds alright. Where do you live? Perth. Where's that? Well, it's a short flight. It's like friggin' 8 hours flight. Over here. He said, I've got this lovely place. This lovely place, he says. You have your own room. Have a swimming pool. It's lovely area, which it is, by the way. Thanks very much for having me back. Because the first time I was very put off. I arrived at Raven's house, and the pool was green. There were Alsatian landmines in the garden. And I had a bunk bed with one sheet and a load of porn mags underneath it.
They weren't mine, they were Pat Murphy's.
So I stayed for the week, and I'm glad to get home in the end. But we saw a little bit of Perth, probably every nightclub and bar and other places going. But we didn't see any racetrack. Didn't even know there's a racetrack here. So I'm really glad to be here, and actually come back to ride a motorbike on a racetrack. So thanks for having me, by the way.
We were out a few weeks ago when I was out here, 6 weeks ago. Seems like 2 weeks, with Jeff Leask for a beer, and we're keeping him going about Jeremy, you know. And we said, we hope you're bringing a 40-foot container full of bodywork. I think he went home early after that. But we wouldn't slag you off.
These are my mates, by the way. Any wonder you haven't got any?
No, but honestly, Jill was going to buy Jeremy a cat one year for Christmas, but she didn't want him rolled about in the kitty litter in the mornings before breakfast.
Here, hang on, Jeff's here tonight, and he said he's going to stay to 12. Don't wreck it.
Jeremy, thanks very much.
Cheers. Thank you, Paul. A big hand for Paul for putting it on, and Raymond Rooney, Denise, and... Sorry, this stopped working. Cheers.
Jeremy McWilliams. Did we nearly forget you? Yeah, we thought we'd lost this man too. Crashed at Oulton Park a couple of weeks ago, and